Alrighty, guys. I've posted in general in the announcements and Super Bowl. People slowly come in here. But we're going to be starting at the top of the hour. When we do, I want to first introduce Cassette and Daniel and Matthew. These guys are the brains and the founders behind GMI. And you guys, you're up here on the stage, so you can go ahead and unmute anytime you want to.
Hey, everybody.
Cool. Hey, thanks for having us.
Oh, not a problem. This is my first time hosting the stage, and I was almost positive you could share your screen and be on video. So I have no clue why I took a shower this morning or got out of sweatpants.
It's a good job I didn't bother getting changed then.
I had a 5-minute countdown timer on the screen, and this is Rob. He's the founder of Cryptonaires.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Rob.
hey guys, we're working on
Hey.
a solution for the screen sharing. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Well, good morning, Rob. Yeah, I had a 5-minute countdown with some EDM music on my external monitor. I was going to share and get it hype in here.
You're funny, man. Hey, have a good AMA. I'll be listening. I'll be in the crowd. So you guys have a good AMA. It's a very interesting project what you guys are doing. So I'm very eager to learn about it. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rob. All right, guys, so we're almost to the top of the hour here. I kind of want to start off by allowing you guys to introduce yourselves, how you're connected to this project, and maybe one strange unknown fact about you. So, Matthew, do you want to kick it off for us?
Hey guys. Basically, I'm a part of this team through association with Daniel, whose initial idea it was to do this. And I'm a commodities trader, generally, in terms of finance. So I'm tend to be long, short commodities and foreign exchange currencies and stocks and shares. Daniel was telling me all about DeFi, and I'm sort of trying to deny the fact that this thing can be for real. So I'm sort of trying to prove him wrong over a series of months when he's trying to tip me off about it, and eventually just gave up on the idea and decided to invest in it myself. And after a few weeks of us just basically seeing spreadsheets going down, people trying to access calculators and projection tools and stuff, we thought there's definitely a need for something like this. So that was my introduction to DeFi. And basically, I've been working with Dan and Pete for a series of years on a SaaS tool in the marketing space called Q, which has been our core project. But I guess you could call me and Dan serial entrepreneurs, because we've probably tried to start about 40 projects over the last eight or so years together, which has been a fun ride. And a little bit like with trading, you only need one or two big trades to boost your portfolio. So this one, much like Q, was built from necessity, and those are always the best projects. So hopefully this can be another one of those that we get to run for decades.
Yeah, and in that meeting we had pre-AMA, you were saying that this tool was something that you guys had built out of necessity for yourselves. You wanted to see this tool just because trying to access some of the calculators, they can get so bogged down at times that you can't even make a copy and start working on them yourselves.
Exactly that, yeah.
So we have Daniel and Pete, and guys, this team is doxed. They're quite public. Whenever we had our initial meeting, they sent me a Zoom link and hopped on, and we all had our videos on the screen. So I know on the stage we're hiding behind some icons, but at the same time, if you don't know me already, my name is Nick, and then I'm going to let Daniel and Cassette or Pete introduce themselves as well.
Hey guys, yeah. So Matt pretty much covered it all in that roundup. But yeah, been working with Matt for about almost 10 years now. We've obviously created a few companies together, and then we met Pete, who's this crazy cool developer. We come up with an idea, he goes and builds it in the next couple of hours. So we do have a really cool team, and there's one other that's not here today called Claudia, who's our content genius, content gods. She's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess in terms of what skills we bring to the table, Dan and I have a lot of overlapping skills, and that's why we're a good business partnership. But we started our initial company in branding, so our sort of core skill set was in branding and marketing and content and things like that. And it was only over time that we started to become interested in finance. So basically, we've had experience of growing companies and experience of branding and UX and design and all that. That's basically what we bring to the table.
Awesome. And Pete, what about yourself?
So hi, my name's Pete, or Cassette. I am I'm pretty much a developer by trade. I work with Dan and Matt basically on Q, which has already been mentioned, which is in the content space. They came to me about like a couple of weeks ago with this idea of being able to absorb how these spreadsheets work for calculating these different currencies, etc. Building it into a more polished app that everybody can access, track over time, etc. And built the initial version, I think, within 10 days, and just working and building upon it even now, basically. And it's really interesting to watch it grow.
Interesting. Yeah, it's crazy that this project is only 2-3 weeks old at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a really fun project.
Yeah, I think we have about 45 minutes for today's AMA scheduled because we have another one at 11. I want to make sure that nobody's missing their announcements. But let's take 15 minutes and kind of recap on that conversation we had last week. Just a little bit about what is GMI, what are gradients, where is this project heading, and what you guys hope for the future. And then we'll open up the floor for the next 30 minutes for anyone in the audience to come up and ask their own burning questions.
Cool.
Awesome. So I guess the first place to start is whenever I found GMI, I think a lot of us on the admin team at Cryptonaires have been looking for an all-in-one solution for our portfolios to track them. And obviously Cryptonaires are strong in the node game. So what makes GMI, the actual platform, the portfolio tracker, different from the other solutions on the market like Zapper or Coinly or CoinTracker?
Yeah, so initially we wanted a way to track all the rebase tokens, which is what we've launched with, because there was nothing really that tracked all the new ones that were popping up every 5 minutes. And we've obviously developed a way to add those tokens pretty fast, and we do so when people request them in the Discord. So the biggest difference right now is that we only track rebase tokens, but eventually we will track every single token across your entire portfolio, and then make it easy to distinguish between each set of tokens, so rebase tokens, normal tokens, and eventually being able to track your nodes and your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly ROI on those nodes and everything else in one place.
Which I think there's that's incredible, man. So how far out do you guys think you are from kind of flipping that switch and turning on the ability to track all tokens within the dashboard?
Ooh,
yeah, so I think that's I'll Pete, just after I've said this. Basically, we're already tracking everything. It's all in the background. We're sort of just pickpocketing at the moment the rebase tokens because that's what we launched with, and obviously it's only been a couple of weeks. Pete, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, sure. So the amount of data that we're already connecting and collecting when you connect for the first time is quite interesting. There's like a whole history of every sort of single type of token already being stored in the background, which is great because it means that when we add these tokens to be able to be tracked and shown in the dashboard, we've already got that pre-established history and the information that we've got and collected in the background and all ready and formatted, ready to go. So it would just be a case of just switching them on basically when the time is right and just picking what people want to see without having the interface be too cluttered and just showing the most important things.
Yeah, and I think that's actually amazing. So one of the things that I've noticed, and I think a lot of people, is whenever you do actually purchase your gradient and you log in, it doesn't backtrack the history, but every day moving forward from your initial connection to GMI, it tracks your portfolio. Can you speak a bit to why that is?
Yeah, I'll let you do it, Pete, because I know
for sure.
Working on historical stuff.
So it's a funny story, actually. We have already this week started on bringing the full historical data back in, basically. What our most important thing was to get the product out and get people being able to use it as fast as possible. But now we're starting to work through these features that people are really interested about. And the one that we keep hearing quite a lot is that full historical data. So we are actually right in the throes at the moment, like as we speak, pulling in all of this historical data and then just formatting it basically. So it's coming very, very, very soon.
And it's crazy because there's so many different directions you guys could actually tackle with this dashboard. How are you guys prioritizing which, I guess, feature you add next?
I think mainly just from listening to people in the Discord. I mean, as you said, Nick, we basically started this for ourselves, and obviously wanted to share the project anyway, but because it's a great idea. But when we've got like a small Discord that isn't just sort of filled with loads of spammy messages, like I love our Discord at the moment because it's just pretty chilled. We've got like a load of really passionate people that are happy to spend time giving us feedback. So we're just using that really,
That's
just listening
amazing,
really
yeah.
carefully and seeing what people are reacting to most. And you sort of spot trends pretty damn fast because people will jump on it and go, yeah, second that, third that, fourth that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're just letting it sort of be driven by these early adopters, and you know, we're all in the same boat. We all want the same thing. So
Yeah,
know,
I think
who
this,
better to listen to?
yeah. And I think the thing that has me most excited about this project is the premise that possibly sometime in 2022, before I file those taxes and start, pulling out and realizing my gains, there may be a tool on the market that will make my life a hell of a lot easier with exportable CSVs, tracking how much, I guess, how do I put this? Every time I create a node, that would be like sort of a deduction on my taxes, and being able to track all of that efficiently. Is this something that you guys are actively working towards and want to see from the platform?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's on the
absolutely.
roadmap. That's one of those things that has come up like almost once a day, twice a day. So we're looking into that, and I'm sort of saving a few of the profiles who have like commented on like things they'd like to see, so that we can come back to them and maybe start like a little focus group at some point when we start to address it actively. So
Awesome. All right, let's move into what is next for these rebase tokens and rewards and for the dashboard, outside of the historical data, and then how does Gradient tie into all of this?
Okay. Yes. So the next step for the GMI dashboard in regards to the rebase tokens is a automated calculator, so a future ROI calculator. So rather than using those manual spreadsheets, which are really cool, but you just need to actually put the price details in, how much you've got staked in. You won't have to do that anymore. We'll automate the entire process for you. And the cool thing about that is that you'll be able to see the future ROI of your entire portfolio over a period. So that's the next
awesome.
thing there. Yeah, that's really cool. We're just working on ways to automate the capture of the APY and the rebase percentage to make sure that's totally efficient.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also making sure that the refresh rate on the API call is quick enough to pick up that change.
yeah,
Yeah, because I've noticed a
that's
little
right,
bit
yeah.
on that. These guys added the ICE token for me, and it's only a couple days old, and they use GLA as a receipt. And yeah, I've noticed that it does track the token, but with API calls and refreshes, it's almost like an email inbox on your phone. It has to push to grab the data. And what is stopping that from being like a 5-second refresh instead of like a 5-minute?
That's funny. We've actually had a few problems this weekend, which has now been resolved, so that shouldn't be an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Then if you want to talk about that a bit more, Pete.
Yeah, so in order to collect all of the information with what's in your wallet, what the prices is, we're pulling from several different sources. And obviously, as we've been growing, of course, the impact and how we've been using these data sources has changed somewhat. So this morning alone, I've been making some changes with how we're starting to consume that data, ready for when we're pulling in the full amount of it, ready for the entire maximum length history when you're going to view your charts, etc. So it's already made some huge improvements even today. That's how much it's being actively worked on.
That's amazing. So this Gradient NFT that you guys are selling from GMI, this is your product, correct?
It is, yeah.
And
Yes.
can you guys take me through the plan for the Gradient NFT?
Yep. So originally, Gradients was just a really simple NFT project. It was almost like a proof of concept for us, really. So we put a cool script together that generated all these random gradients. We were then going to create a project, and we sort of got mixed up with the wrong with the wrong crowd, and they took us down the wrong route, really. But that was almost like saving grace, because then the idea for GMI coming along, and then we were thinking, like, how can we sell this? How can we do it in a web-free way? Yeah, in the web-free way. And we felt like the existing project that we already had, Gradients, which was really cool. I love what we've done with Gradients. With the free assets, you can get free wallpapers and profile images. But it made total sense to use it as a lifetime deal for GMI, because that means we get really cool early supporters. They will get an NFT that eventually, hopefully, they could one day sell. Maybe that's a bit of alpha, who knows?
It also provides a bit of utility, because you guys are going to be selling the service for $99 a month.
Exactly.
Or are you currently doing that?
So it's 99 per month per wallet, whereas with the Gradient NFT, it's literally a lifetime and unlimited wallets. So pretty good.
So buy Gradient.
Yeah.
So there's talks on the roadmap of the Gradient NFT becoming a Gradient membership card for Web3 projects, where, if I understand this correctly, other projects can come to you, and the Gradient can actually be used, like your Gradient membership card can be used to whitelist you for other projects in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was almost like the second layer of Gradient's idea, which was to make Gradients a mint pass, and then you can utilize the underlying metadata in that gradient to personalize future NFTs. So you can imagine like minting something, and in the background is your gradient, or like a t-shirt is the gradient. Yeah, so it's just a way to personalize future things.
And how far off are you guys from that? And like, where did you even come up with the idea to be able to personalize NFTs on Mint?
Well, yeah, it was just completely a unique thing, really.
So are there any potential partners that you're bringing in for the roadmap for the Gradient that you can speak to at this time?
No, I think right now we're just focused on making the tool like work really well and have all of the core assets that people want to see. Just sort of get it to a stage where, all of the things that are being requested are then catered for, and then we can focus on, who we'd like to, look at partnerships with.
For sure. And I guess this is going to be my last kind of question to the team up here before we bring everybody up. But let's just put ourselves, 3 months in the future, all 10,000 Gradients have sold. What is the team at GMI doing now that you guys are kind of bootstrapped for this project? What does the team look like? How many developers are on board? What does that sort of look like for you guys in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got big plans for like where we want to take the product. We want to be able to like automate things, like being able to like unstake and bond and move in and out of these two things like directly from your GMI dashboard, which would be epic and save a lot of trouble. So like things like that, we're going to try and do it with our existing team, but we'll have the cash flow to be able to afford developers to help us like support, the things we need to do and get them out at the right time. Yeah, we want to basically like protect the future of the company by making sure that we continue to develop quickly and, efficiently. So this is something that is really fun, and it's come at a good time for all of us, and I think all of us can see ourselves wanting to be a part of it for many years to come. So yeah, I mean, it's something that we're going to reinvest back into the company. Probably development's the main thing. We've not really put a lot of money into marketing. We've done about 3 tweets and set up a Discord because mainly it was about the product. So I guess we're a bit different in that sense, that most people are sort of shilling the hell out of everything they're doing right now, but we're sort of more focused on just chatting to you good people in Discord and trying to make the tool really good for us to use on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good way to go. A good product will sell itself. All right, guys.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
I'm going to open up the floor. If anybody in the audience wants to come up here, we have Ziff. And Ziff, I'm going to bring you up right now.
Hey, Ziff.
Hello.
And so, guys, is Ziff up here? No, so yeah, Ziff, you have to accept the request. There you go.
There you go.
Here he is.
I'm still learning. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
With the Gradient NFT, you said it's by wallet, but let's say I have like 4 chains and I have 2 different wallets for 4 chains. Do I need 8 NFTs?
No, just one, and then you can add as many wallets as you need. in
Because I
GMI.
bought the NFT the other day, and it linked to my Ethereum wallet address,
Yeah.
but I couldn't get it pull like my Avalanche or Phantom or other ones.
Yeah, so when you're in GMI, in the top right-hand corner, there's like a circle icon. And if you click on that, you'll be able to manage wallets and you'll be able to add more wallet addresses there manually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's all under one NFT for the one wallet address.
It is, yeah. As long as you're connected with that one wallet that has the gradient in it, you can add more wallets on top.
So just to be clear, because I'm still kind of new to this. So I've let's say it's Avalanche, Ethereum, Phantom. It's all the same address, correct? Even though, but the NFT is going to be in my Ethereum chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
That's
Awesome.
right.
It should be fine.
Yeah,
If you need any more help, just reach out and support on the GMI Discord.
All right, thanks.
Cool.
yeah, that's an awesome question. And Ziff, yeah, you're using MetaMask, right?
I am.
Yeah, so because it's MetaMask, it's utilizing all the same addresses. Yep, and so that NFT exists on the Ethereum network, which is why you're seeing it on your Ethereum chain, right?
So how do I get to pull up my Avalanche?
Yeah, so you're using MetaMask?
Yes.
Yep, it should pull up all of the chains. So this NFT is multi-chain, multi-wallet, one NFT to rule them all, sort of Lord of the Rings.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna kick you now, Ziff. Or how do I move to?
I really like that one NFT to rule them all. I think we have to get you on our marketing.
There's a film idea in there somewhere, isn't there?
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, I am trying to figure out how to get Ziff back to the audience. We have Blackbird Productions. I'm gonna shoot him the invite and then figure out how to get Ziff back down.
Zip can
Right,
hang with us. Cool. Okay.
Oh, look at that!
Oh yeah, that's a great profile pic. I love it.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, so they just once they're done talking, they hit a button to go back down to the audience. They do it. You don't kick them, just so you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like,
No worries, brother. Learning lots,
Awesome.
though. This is a
Kick
fun
them
project. I'm
off
glad
the
I bought
stage.
several of these things.
Yeah, man. I think
Awesome.
Crypto made Sensei made you a giveaway. Is what he was telling me.
That's
Nice.
really
Yeah,
good.
I bought 5
love
or
that.
6 of them. I'll give a couple of them away to some of the people. So.
Oh, that's really cool.
So Blackbird Productions.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? I hope my connection is kind of shaky right now. Can you listen?
We can make out bits and pieces. I think you said your connection's shaky right now.
Yeah.
I heard you say yes.
Yeah. It's like the end of this call.
Awesome. I'll try and
Take two.
interpret.
Take two. Try again.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So my question was around the monthly price for the future. How did you guys come up with that figure?
How did you guys come up with the figure for the monthly price, for the future?
I guess we just wanted to find a price point that wasn't going to like scare people away, that wasn't stupid, but at the same time, it was going to be enough to help us scale the project. It's going to actually provide enough cash flow for us to be able to do the things we want to do to get big. So, not a huge amount of like calculation went into it, other than just having a focus group saying, "Does that sit about right with you? Would you be happy with that?" It was sort of, if we're being honest, that was the sort of conversation around it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think CoinTracker is $9.90 or $99 a month for their pro subscription as well.
Yeah, we did compare to something, I think. Yeah.
So sort of a two-part question. My second question is, has there been any consideration around particularly skin that can be to increase?
I'm really not hearing that.
Yep.
Sorry.
One more time, brother. Is there any consideration around?
Coming out with a token to offset the monthly price to raise capital.
Interesting.
Oh, I did see that someone else do this. Who the hell was that again? Can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember who it was, but yeah, I did. Yeah, I think this is who we compared the price with, actually, Matt. And they've come up with their own token, and you have to hold a certain amount of their token in order to access the product. Yeah, and I think the token's gone up to like $4 or something. The last time I looked, you have to have at least 100 of them. Yeah, so it would cost you up like $400, and you have to hold it. So swings and roundabouts, really. I mean, maybe we can come up with something new in the future, but yeah, for now, the future is it's going to be $99 per month per wallet address, or you can get a lifetime of it for a gradient. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Anything else, Blackbird?
That's all. My just, I mean, you say that the price is justified, which it is, because I mean, this is a very niche service, and it's in a very new emerging market, being I 2.0. It's just like from a long-term perspective, I'm thinking the price, per wallet, $99. That seems pretty steep, especially for people who are investing in multiple DAOs, because these things aren't, these things are sort of like a gamble. So it only makes sense to have multiple wallets because you don't want to get rugged,
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. So from a security aspect, you're thinking people might have multiple wallets rather than using one wallet like a MetaMask where you have the same wallet address for each chain.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking everyone. Yeah, okay. Well, like I said, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say fundamentally, I'm out out loud. The price to me just isn't attractive to just an outside investor.
Sure.
For sure. Which is why
Okay.
it's sporting the 64 gradient.
Yeah, I mean it's quite a tough one to gauge at this point, because as you say, it's such a new market, and there is a lot of money flying around in it, and it's quite hard to know what people are happy with. I mean, ultimately, we want more users and people to be happy with it, so we do want to get the right price point. So we'll have to revisit it maybe and do a little bit of market research, because to be honest, we've not had anyone really bulk at this price point. But I think you've raised a really valid point there, so we can have a little think about it.
I think a NFT piece of the project is pretty unique in that regard. So I mean, like you said, it's a new market. You just kind of have to read out, see what other folks are doing and things like that. So
yeah.
Cool. And so I think too, as this project evolves and grows, like right now, as it's just a rebase token tracker in its current format, $99 does seem a little steep. But as this team, we're in week 3, or this team is in week 3 of development, and as they continue to develop this product, like if this thing can track nodes and it can track my investment into my nodes, and it can also allow me to send a CSV file of all my transaction history and classify it correctly, and I can just shoot that to my accountant. Like now we're entering a realm where $99 a month, like I'll gladly pay it, But as
I think also as much as we want this to be a really accessible project, there's no two ways about it. It is a premium project for people that are making themselves busy in the world of DeFi. So we do fully expect that like these people are going to want to pay more than they would just to handle it free. If you're going to be doing this by yourself, you're going to be opening a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of tabs, flicking between wallets, creating your own formula for charts, and it'll be a nightmare. So we do want people to ask themselves a question: is this premium worthwhile if I'm going to be serious about trading and investing in this space? So we want it to be accessible, but we also need it to be right on the edge of what's fair as a business and where we want to pitch the brand. And our vision for GMI is that it can be a much bigger company and therefore be much more premium. So I think we're still at the same position where we're sort of content with the price point, but you've opened our eyes to a very valid argument as to why we should perhaps look to lower it slightly. But that's sort of where we're coming from.
Either that or the price.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so either that or I think the concern that he raised is I know a lot of people in this space are using burner wallets. So they have multiple wallets and they have their Trezors and their hardware wallets. And I think what he was getting at is that $99 a month, it would only cover one wallet. So even if that $99 a month opened it up to be multi-wallet, multi-chain, to where I could track my burners and just all of my transactions transparently.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, totally get it. So we'll definitely revisit, obviously, but for now, from trying to work out what the future pricing was going to be, that's where we sort of settled on. But that could change. But ultimately, it's going to be a lot more than paying for a gradient now to help support the company and development of the company, to ultimately get to that point where we can track everything, nodes included, and come up with all that historical and transactions and track your gas fees and everything all the way in between with exports. To get to that ultimate product, the selling of all the gradients is really going to help us get there.
Yeah. And then also there's 6 ways to skin a cat, and the price and pricing model can change once the gradient sells out, is what I'm hearing. But I think you guys operate with integrity, which is why I brought this project to Cryptonaires. You guys are out in the open, and you guys are also trying to build a solution for you as an investor, which is good for us as investors.
It's exactly things like this where we can have a conversation with Blackbird as a user and Unique and get like feedback straight from the horse's mouth, as it were. That makes it like so much more enjoyable and special, because it's like having the world's biggest like advisory board. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Doing some great stuff, and I definitely like the project. I've been told about it. And I actually heard about you guys from another Discord, which is kind of alien to me, because I like this project. To me, it seems like this is one of those projects you'll see on anytime soon. Anytime soon, rather. So
you cut out there, but it sounded complimentary, and I like the sound of it. Yeah, I really like it. But thanks so much for your support, man.
All right. Thanks, Blackbird.
Thank you so much.
So my last question, before I let someone else hogging up most time, it's around support. It seems like you guys have a small team. Update a token or a token on the platform. It seems like
One more time, Blackbird. Back it up to the word support. It's about support.
Yeah.
You guys have, yeah.
Yeah. So support hold up, because currently I think there's only 2 people adding tokens on the network or the product.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a shortage of people.
Yeah, I mean that's right. I mean it's me and Dan and Pete and our content marketing girl Claudia. That is the extent of our team right now, because we've literally just bootstrapped it. We've not done any financial raise or anything like that, and we thought of the idea and started building it and just got it out into the public. So right now we're trying to raise money. We'll be able to grow the team and up our efficiencies and stuff as soon as we can. Really, that's the beauty of scaling a business.
Yep.
It's fun. It's really fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Blackbird.
Thank you so much.
Yee. All right, guys. So anybody else want to come up and ask questions to the team? Any concerns, anything you'd like to see, any suggestions you'd like to add to the product, any feedback if you're already a gradient user? I see October has his gradient. He's sporting. A few other users.
That's cool.
Uh-oh, we got some strong bros coming in. All right, bringing up Hal. All right, Hal. Yep, there you go.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah.
Hi. Hey, awesome. Thanks for hosting this. I'm actually very interested in the concept of having an NFT as a license or in terms of functionality for future use. Are there any demos, tutorials in terms of how we actually see the product in action? We try to track multiple DAOs and multiple rebase tokens.
I'm so glad he brought this up, because we actually had a conversation before hosting this AMA. And I mean, Matthew, Daniel, Cassette, who wants to tell the good people?
But yeah, basically we wanted to be able to like give people a sense of what the product's like, because I mean that's the whole thing with this product, is that we think we're not doing a lot of marketing because we hope that it's strong enough that it'll sort of word of mouth will help it grow. and that just, we think that if you get your hands on it and have a play, you'll be pretty much sold on the idea. So we actually said to Nick that we'd be happy to do like an exclusive sort of, I think we said 7-day free trial of the product just for Cryptonaires people. So that was something that we wanted to kind of keep quiet until just now. But so anyone that wants to go in, connect their wallets, have a play, you've got 7 days to go wild and enjoy it, and then hopefully you'll feel sold on the idea, want to support the project and get your own NFTs.
Yeah, and if there are
if not, if you don't like it, please tell us, because that's equally as important.
Yeah, and if there are rebase tokens that you're holding, so in my case, like ICE, and a couple days ago, somebody brought up Papa DAO. If you're a member of their Discord, they work hands-on every single day. And so if you say, hey, could we get this token? Here's the CoinGecko listing. Pete or Cassette he's been killing it, and so is Daniel and Matthew, and they're really personable, and they just want to see a great product come out of it. But it also depends on us using the platform and giving them the feedback that they need, because I think 1,000 minds is going to be a lot stronger than just these three guys together. Like if we're all giving our feedback and saying like, hey, I had this issue, or I'd like to see this feature, they've been highly suggestible, and they want that. That's sort of what they're alluding to, and they're mentioning an advisory board, and we can sort of be that for them, as we are a community of investors seeking out alphas and on the cutting edge of this crypto thing.
Totally.
Yep.
But yeah, how? So how are we
yeah.
going to get the demo to these guys?
Pete?
So we're going to be sharing some special links soon that we'll be able to let you in for that period of time. So just keep your eyes peeled.
So I feel a bit like Oprah. You get a link. You get a link.
Yeah, you get a link.
That's awesome, man. I'll be putting it in the general chat and the announcements, and probably pinning it in general. But thank you, Hal.
Cool.
Do you have any other questions for this team?
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I was just actually on the website trying to log in, and it's telling me I don't have a gradient. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to that special link. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's going to be exclusively for you guys in Cryptonaires, so everyone else is going to have to turn up and buy them.
Awesome.
Yeah, and ideally don't share it on social, because our servers might die.
Yeah, so I want to keep our servers intact and scale them slowly.
Yeah,
Awesome.
guys,
So-
just if anyone shares it online, like if we see it on a Twitter post or something like that, that's a bannable offense, guys. So these guys are doing something special to help us out. So let's keep it in the Discord, and let's not share it out for everybody. So this is a really good thing that you guys have done. 7 days free to try it out. I think that's really bullish. So I hope our members go and try it and see what they think. And like Nick said, leave these guys feedback. This is the only way people can improve their products and be better. So if you have some harsh feedback, give them the harsh feedback, but let's be polite and let's be honest and help them grow their project. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love when Rob comes on board. Hal, if you are good, you can or do you have another question, Hal?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Cool. You got to let yourself go. I can't Spartan 300 kick you off the ledge.
That sounded like some really profound psychological feedback. You've got to let yourself go. You just got to let yourself go.
The cookie jar is in. Hey guys, so we have about 8 minutes left. I'm terrible at math. Just ask Rob. But the grading's fantastic deal. There's no one up on the board to speak. So is there anything that you'd like to tell the community before we kind of part ways today, or have anybody else come up?
I think Rob pretty much summed up at the end there with, if you've got any feedback, good or bad, whatever it is, just let us know in the GMI Discord. That'd be really helpful.
Yeah, we've got pretty thick skin, so it's really useful, because obviously we're building this for every single person out there, so we want to obviously make the best tool that there is available.
I think you guys are well on your way.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I really appreciate you giving us, the time to speak and answer people's questions. It's a good opportunity for a little startup like this. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are creating something that I definitely like. I was in the Discord probably not even 2 weeks ago, and I was asking some of the admins about like just possible solutions because legitimately, like I had showed these guys, I had Zapper up, I had Coinly up, and I had Coin Tracker up, and then I'm keeping notes on like all the big moves that I'm making, and I'm like, why in the hell do I need 3 different portfolio trackers and like a pen and paper to like try and keep track of everything I'm doing? So I think it's,
I mean that's the goal, just streamline everything for people.
dude, especially if I don't have to switch wallets and I can unstake and stake from GMI.
Totally. Yeah, that would be. I mean, this is, you know, it's sort of like you dream it and then you'd have to make it happen. And it's cool when you start to see it happening.
Well, how are
But
these APIs connecting to, Pete? Like especially if we're talking about a project like Hector DAO, and then say I want to move my bag from time into Hector DAO. If we're talking about like the logistics of making that API call work, are they friendly? Like the actual code?
Yeah. So we've got like about 3 or 4 different services that we're dealing with to get our data package, we call it, in order to present it for dashboard. But it's the way that we've been sort of working with these different providers to show all of this information that's out there on the blockchain has actually been pretty good so far. We're making little adjustments in the back, and we're basically just formatting up into a presentable information package that you can see when you log in. So it's there's definitely an exciting future out there, and it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and then what would be really cool. I haven't talked to these guys or the community about it yet, but knowing like what I put into Heck at the time of value, and having that recorded as like my initial, or like and just being able to see like where I'm at, like the difference between like where I'm at profit wise. So let's say I put a bag in, and let's say ICE at $27 or 32.45, right? And then 3 days later, the rebase is ridiculous. I have like 34 ICE now, and the price is now at 45. So there's like a lot of different little equations that can go in to figure it out over the course of like 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's loads of different ways as well that it can be displayed and shown to people. So I think like some feedback with regard to like how that can best be displayed for people that's most useful would be really, really helpful. What we've done as a sort of first step towards that is obviously on the GMI dashboard you've got your main featured chart, which gives you a total value of your portfolio. That takes into account all of your rebase events. But then you can also click to staking view just beneath that. So it looks at your total staked, and then you'll look at the chart for each of the things that you're invested into, and it will basically show you where they're going up, what difference the rebases are making, essentially. So you can see the total value, and you can see the total that's been staked and when it's been staked. So that's just like a first step towards it. Basically, awesome. You can toggle between these views. Yeah.
And I noticed that you guys had released the gradient dashboard, allowing us to see the rarity of our gradients, giving us access to those Apple Watch wallpapers, our Twitter banners, but also like coming in the near future, we'll be able to update our dashboard, customize it, have some user interaction with the dashboard, allowing the dashboard to mimic the color theme of our gradients.
That's exactly. Yeah, because I say because they're running from the same service. Essentially, they can share each other's resource and information, so we can start really personalizing it and having it come up in the colors of your gradient, etc. So it's going to look very, very good.
That's interesting, man. Is there any more user interaction or interoperability coming in the future to where like we could sort of organize the dashboard in a more modular way?
That is we didn't have any plans for that. We could certainly discuss that.
Small details, but yeah.
Yeah, I think because right now it's only
I like modular things.
Yeah, because it's only tracking rebase tokens. It's sort of right at the moment. It's like that one modular scenario at the moment. It's all that's needed. But once we add more tokens and other things, then maybe split out a bit.
Awesome, guys. And I guess for the people who are in now who may not have been in the beginning, let me double check, make sure nobody's requesting to speak. But let's end with sort of a roadmap and a look to the future. And we'll let everybody get out of here in time for the AMA at 11 or 11 my time. at the top of the hour.
Cool. Yeah. Are there any other questions?
There's nobody on. Oh, there he is.
No, so the Papa DAO AMA is at 10:30 PST. Just so you know, Nikki.
There we go.
I moved it out 30 minutes because I didn't know how long this was going to be, and I didn't want to intrude on your time here. So,
thank you,
I
Rob.
appreciate that.
Thank you guys for coming in, though, man. That's a good presentation. I'm actually excited to use your tool. I actually
Awesome.
Nick sent it to me, and anytime Nick sends me something, I just go FOMO into it. I mean, he's pretty good about his research, and so I FOMOed into several of these. And now that I actually know what they do, I'll be using it. So thank you for telling us everything about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where you guys take this thing. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. That means the world to us.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And if Rob has the free time to give some feedback, especially whenever you guys start implementing nodes, like I know a few of our community members own tens to hundreds of different nodes on different platforms. And I don't know if you guys are in the Cryptonaires community yet, but you can see pretty much all the different projects that we're invested in between the different DAOs and the miners and the nodes. And that may be a really cool place for you guys to start to see where the community is active the most, what projects we're most active in.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do.
Awesome, guys. But yeah, so last minute here, what are we looking forward to in 2022, and what should we expect to see from GMI?
So I think, like in the near future, the main things. Yeah, go on, Dan. Go on.
That's all right. Yeah, so to start with, obviously, we're just adding rebase tokens as people request them, like you did the other day with Ice Style. We'll add those future calculations for rebase tokens, so you can stop using those manual spreadsheets. We're obviously already adding historical data, and that will lead to be able to help with the tax stuff, be able to see all the different types of transactions you've made, staking, restake, unstaking, gas fees, etc., and then being able to export that into a CSV. So that's like the sort of next couple of months roadmap. And then longer term, it's the smart contract functionality, like being able to auto claim and stake across not just Hector DAO, but all the DAOs, which would be amazing. For sure. So that's like sort of the short to medium term, and then long term, it's being the place to track your entire portfolio, which is completely automated and tax efficient. Yes.
Awesome, guys. Well, I'm super glad to have you, and hopefully we can catch an update in a month or so, and then see where you guys are at on that roadmap and delivery and on this gradient sale. So just to recap, guys, we are going to have 7 days to try out the platform. As soon as they send me the link, I'm going to pin it in general and post it in the announcements.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank every single one of you in the audience for stopping by and hanging 10 with us, and can't wait to see you at the next AMA.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye for now.